It is getting later in the season. Now you can feel it when you're walking into the locker room. Some teams are buzzing with that energy. Everyone is locked in, right? Holding everyone accountable, wearing that jersey with pride. Sometimes our athletes repping the TAH. But then yet you got other teams and you can feel the tension. You know there's some side conversations going on. That lack of buy-in is spreading like a virus. What makes the difference, though? It's not luck. It's not, oh, they got it, we don't. It is chemistry. I love chemistry. Championship teams create an environment where leaders, connections, leadership, accountability, motivation, it's all working together. And today, I'm going to walk us through 4 practical ways to build that kind of environment within your team, whether you are an athlete, the leader on the team, another athlete just kind of as a bystander on the team, the coach, a parent, you name it, ways that we can apply it. Hey, y'all, welcome to the Mental Performance Playbook brought to you by the Athlete's Health. My name is Gabe Rummel. I am the founder of the Athlete's Health and creator of It's for Noah Gym, where we are training your mind like we train your body, helping handle that confidence and pressure in both sports and life. Now, on our Mental Performance Playbook here, our podcast, where we are dropping a theme of the week and giving you actionable exercises that you can then go apply immediately. The goal is for you to just take 1 or 2 nuggets, go use them, go improve your performance, have more fun doing it, and level up your game. Got a new little setting here, got a new chair. Thank you, Aunt Cheryl. Got other things in the works too for TAH. Maybe we'll talk about it at the end. Maybe we'll save it for another time. I know we are here for that chemistry connection, that championship level chemistry, and building that winning team and environment. So let's not waste any more time and dive deep into getting that winning championship team by building the chemistry and doing it in ways that we probably have not heard of as many times. And like I've said in the past now, ways that you can go do this right now. Number 1 is the leadership ripple. I got to ask you, if your teammates copied your habits today, would your team be getting better or worse? This is what I ask myself this all the time. Okay, if people are copying what I am doing, is it going to be better or worse of an outcome? And I love to use the example of Remember the Titans, partly because I just watched this movie again, and because we're TH Titans, so it's a great movie to bring in because Titans are so strong. But there's a famous line in it, and it says, attitude reflects leadership. And this is towards the beginning of the movie when the 2 eventually captains are battling back and forth, and they're finally saying, all right, we need to work together. I need you to do this. And the other one says, well, why would I do this if the team isn't helping each other out? If the team's not doing it, I'm in it for myself. And then the leader says, well, that's your problem. You're in it for yourself. He says, you're the captain. Because at that point, only the one guy was the captain. He said, you're the captain. My attitude reflects the leadership. And then they cut the scene. That's also the moment when the movie changed. And this is why I call it the leadership ripple, because if one person does it, what one leader does, the rest of the team follows. And I don't mean this to be some leadership holy gospel here. This is just the actions you can take, even if you are not starting, even if you do not have a big time play. If you take some action, other people will see it. Okay, if a leader shows up late, if someone shows up late, others are going to think, all right, I guess I can do that too. If one person brings relentless energy, relentless grit, out hustles everyone, suddenly the group is going to raise to that level. Even if that guy isn't playing, they're still going to try and perform up to his ability. So if we want to do this right now, we can write down 3 daily habits that we would want our teammates to copy from us, that we maybe want our teammates to start doing. And then before practice, we can ask ourselves, all right, what ripple am I going to create today at practice? What am I going to go into this and make sure it affects other people on our team for the team's goal, for the team's outline, for the team's success. And then get feedback and give feedback. Okay, ask a team, hey, did you notice any ripple effect I have today? Ask someone on the team that. You're giving high fives out. You're giving some feedback. Just ask them, hey, you notice anything I do good for the team, or you notice anything that I could really actually improve for the team this year, this week, or this day, like something we could do? Because I just want to end it with this: is that leadership behaviors shape the team's motivation and the norms that they have. We're going to go into this in a few more pieces here, but studies really show that this transformational leadership when we are inspiring and through example, works a lot better than the just transactional leadership, or do this or you're going to go run, do this or I'm going to pound you to the floor with workouts. If we can make it by example, if you can set the stage, if you can start the ripple, it's going to go a lot further than someone who's just trying to put in money to take money out. And I know we're not touching too much on that transactional effect on this one, but that's the point I want to get to. And I just want to make sure that we're walking away with this is it's transformational versus transactional. Remember the Titans? It started as transactional. I'm not going to do this because you're not doing it. But it turned into transformational when, okay, he's not doing it because I'm not doing it because I'm the leader. I'm going to do it and ripple the effect down. Versus before it was just, you guys are going to chew this until you start running. It didn't really work. But that can tie us into number 2, the jersey bond that we have going in here. And I love this jersey bond because it's one easy way for us to think about getting that chemistry, putting that chemistry together and building it up. What is the difference from just wearing the same uniform and actually playing for the same jersey? Think about that for a second. Wearing the same uniform versus playing for the same jersey. And we have different spots on this, right? Your AAU team, your travel team, it's just gonna be a collection of kids. If you're just thrown on that for a year, okay, you're just wearing the same uniform. But on your school team where you got pride behind it, that's yours, it's your team. Now, are you playing for that same jersey, for that logo on it? Anyone who reps a TAH Titan shirt, are they just wearing it? Or are they actually using it and repping it out? This is that jersey bond, all right? Because championship teams don't just talk about stats or winning. They talk about playing for the name on the front of the jersey, leaving something in history in the record books. Think about when a team rallies, right? They have that shared identity. Suddenly those small moments like high fives, chants, pregame rituals turn into a powerhouse movement, turn individuals into a unit and really step up the game. So if we need to do this, get some jersey reps going on here, is maybe we got a ritual like a team huddle, or shouting out some people, or setting a high five goal number each practice. Some of this the coaches might have in store. Some of it are things that we can set up at home base, like literally at home. Other things are fully what you as an athlete can be going out and do. For instance, a jersey story. Someone share each week what that jersey means to them, or what they are picking up, what they're putting down, what other people are saying, talking trash about them because where they wear that jersey and that logo. And then that can bring in the bond reps too, right? Each time that someone's encouraging someone or getting closer together, right? You've got an enemy, that other team on the field, bring those together. And that all comes from that jersey bond, and not just playing for the same uniform, but actually playing the same jersey. And this is about this cohesion topic, right? Once again, 2 forms of this. There's 2 sides. There is a task cohesion where we are just working towards the goals. And then there's the social cohesion where we are liking being together. You can watch this on TV. You can see it anywhere in the pros where they're trading people left and right. If we are actually a social cohesion team where we are liking being together, where we are building those bonds, where you have friends on the team, you're going to go so much farther than just that task cohesion of trying to win something, but you're just working towards a goal and you don't have much friends. I'm not saying you have to have sleepovers every night, but I'm saying we do have to find some type of bond, and it could be this jersey bond of exercise, number 2. Number 3 is no passengers. And this is this term called social loafing. But a question I have for what it really means is on your team right now, you can think about this. Is everyone rowing or are some people just riding along? That's why this exercise title is No Passengers. Social loafing is like you're just throwing a thing of bread down there and it's just sitting. Okay, because the more people you add to a team, the more likely the chance is that less people contribute. This is rooted in science. Okay, the accountability is not built in. Less people are going to contribute, put full effort versus if it's just them by themselves. That's why I do like sports like golf, cross country, track, where ultimately your score matters. It doesn't matter what stage it's tracked specifically to you. Yes, you can see stats for other games, but in those, in high school golf, 4 scores matter. Then it goes on to the next ones in cross country. All 7 runners really matter because even if you're not top 5 scorer, your other ones are pushing people away. And then even still, if you're not on the varsity sports, you're still not just a passenger. Or if you are, you're on a different boat. You're not on that boat because if you are, or if you're even with that boat, you are still trying to hit your PRs and you're pushing people when they're going a little slower. You can still push them even if you are a slow guy. Even if you're not the best golfer, you can still push them. And that is why this is a no passenger exercise. It's like group projects in school. If you're out of school now, think back to group projects, right? Usually 2 people do all the work. Everyone else just coasts. And sports really can be the same. They can be the same. And the bigger the group gets, the easier it is for it to be that same as that school group project. But the great teams do not allow passengers. Everyone rows. And so if we're trying to take some of this into action today, some of this that we can go and then use right here, right now, is set some visible accountability reps. I don't know, maybe it's the reps that everyone can do, right? Maybe it is high fives, maybe it's a hustle play, maybe it's a verbal encouragement. Like everyone can do those every day. Maybe it's an energy anchor, maybe it's the how much are you bringing to the table? Keeping standards high. Even if you can't be making the shots, maybe you're not the fastest guy. You can still be putting in the full effort and everyone can check that and we can check it with this accountability reps or these energy anchors where someone's bringing more energy and making sure everyone else is too. You can even end the day, the practices with some reflections like, all right, who rode the most today? Who did not ride today at all? Probably not going to call people out, but if you just get the question out there, now people are going to be thinking about it and they don't want people to be subtly thinking about them, pointing at them, making it about them on the negative. That is negative side of who did not ride today or who did not row today. Because if you did ride today and you didn't row, let's rewind that. I won't cut it out, but let's rewind. Because if someone's gonna point out who only rid today, who did not row, well, you're not gonna want to be that person. That will be unfortunate. You're probably not gonna actually call that out. Maybe you will. Just like in Remember the Titans, Jerry eventually kicked off Ray, but it's an important piece. And once again, this is that social loafing premise, right? Effort is going to decrease when your group size increases, but if we can build in that accountability, everyone is going to contribute. For exercise number 3, no passengers. And lastly, number 4 is the thought that mastery wins. Mastery wins. Okay. And this is about the part of not just focusing and chasing an outcome, but rather mastering the process. And today I'm recording this on Sunday. I sent an email out about this because it's just so if you're not on the email list, let's get you on the email list. Come on, let's keep building the TAH Titan community here. But anyways, because it's such an important piece and it's something that I need to work on so much too. Focusing on chasing the outcomes or mastering the process through it, because mastery is what wins. Scoreboards are going to come and go. Time's going to end. And that's a fact, right? Sometimes you don't win a Super Bowl or you don't win the NBA championship and it sucks. But the mastery through that lasts. You can look at this as Charles Barkley. Never won a championship, but look at what he has done. Look at the life he has made himself because he was also going after the mastery, the legacy. The best teams do not just celebrate the wins, they celebrate the small progress along the way. And those added up like a defensive stop, improving communication, staying calm under pressure. Those are what add up to then that ultimate win. And like I just said, Charles Barkley never won that championship, so it doesn't always get you there. But guess what? It gets you there more than just wanting that outcome. They always, almost always in research, outperform the other ones who are solely focusing on outcomes. If you're going through the mastery part, the mastery climate is what we called it, you're going to have a more likely chance to actually get that outcome than if you're just looking at the outcome. And that's what I want to finish us helping out here today for something that you can go take in is some mastery reps, effort, communication, execution. Those are some controllable factors that we can take away. And those are ones that we can define right here, right now. So you can pause this too right now if you want to. Write down, put in your phone, jot down, think about it. The actual reps, the things that you can do that can provide the actual mastery that no matter what happens, you can master that. You can't master state championship. You can't master getting to state. But if we can break down the things that get us there, those are what we can master. And then we can celebrate this mastery just as loud as points or wins. If we put all the focus on that, John Wooden, thought I had his book right here. I don't. I would be flashing on the screen. This is exactly what John Wooden would do. And guess what? It took him 10, 20 years until he went on the best NBA college basketball championship run. But it took him a while. And so, of course, none of this is just easy overnight. But what is easy overnight is that pressure that pushes down on you, and then we can't handle it anymore. And all of a sudden, it feels like the world is going to collapse. So instead of having that happen, I say we define what parts we actually can have mastery reps in. We're celebrating them just as loud as points and wins. And then we can check in weekly with, okay, what skills, what processes are we mastering right now for this season? What does it look like? Can we do more of that? Are there other ones that would help us get those dubs on the board? Because that is the end goal, right? But what else can we do to get there? So chemistry has two sides of the equation. We got to change some of the factors, change some of the numbers on the front of the compounds. And that's exactly what we're doing with this championship chemistry formula. I can't show you what's on the other side of that arrow, but I can show you on what can create the first half of this equation. And it starts with that leadership ripple, and leadership creates that ripple. Action follows the leadership. Number 2 was the cohesion, the bond that strengthens. And then we're using that Jersey bond to build everything together and up. Then we talked about the accountability and how that means no passengers aboard your ship, your plane, what you are doing for that season. And lastly, we talked about that motivation and how it really actually grows and how everything builds together when we get the mastery wins and not just those outcome wins. Figure out which ones we need to add more to have that end goal of the other side of this arrow, like a chemistry formula, is a W. What ones do we need to put 2 in front of? Which ones do we need to put a 4 in front of to balance the equation out and intentionally build this chemistry up and not just leaving it to that poof of a chance? I do want to end it with this. So if you want to create that winning team environment in the season and you want it to start with you, make sure that you have this formula and know that the ripples set the tone. The bonds unite the group. No passengers means everyone is rowing, and mastery wins the fuel for growth. That is championship chemistry. Now, if you want to train these the same way that you're training your body, hit us up at the Athlete's Health. Get your free mental strength training finder and your free mental training session so we can lock you in, dial you up, and get you ready to go. If it's a team that you got going on, we'd love to work with you. I'd love to see what is up with it. At least do one training and see how we can go from there. Fall season is rounding a corner. October is coming up. That means Q3 is just about done. Q4 is coming, and we got some fun stuff coming up. We will drop those in the next couple weeks. But in the meantime, stay tuned. Keep working, keep leveling up, keep handling that pressure and building that confidence in sports and life. My name's Gabe Rummel, founder of the Athlete's Health, creator of the Furnowick Gym and this Mental Performance Playbook podcast. We'll catch you next week. Peace.